What is going on, my PowerDirector peeps? PD peeps! It's your boy, El Profesor, coming at you on another live stream Q&A this beautiful Wednesday. Now, you guys know the routine. I do this for 1 hour, una hora solamente, okay? Only 1 hour. Because if I do it longer than that, I'm gonna get in trouble. My wife already trying to get me to help her do some updates on her car, and she's probably mad because I had to come do this live stream. So I better get out of here within an hour, or else I'm gonna get strangulated. All right, and we know I want no parts of that. So the routine, first and foremost, hit the like button. If you're in here, hit that like button. Let everybody know that you like this content and you're enjoying the live stream. All right. Second thing, ask me questions. I'm here to answer them. It's a Q&A, gosh dang it. So if you got any questions, ask them and I shall try to answer them. If I can't answer them, I will point you in the right direction to get you the help that you need. And last but not least, if you like your boy, the Far Khan, join my program. If you want to be a member of PowerDirector University, you can join like Zafar Khan did. Or if you want to support me in a different way, please feel free to go ahead and hit me up with a super chat, super sticker, support your boy so I can keep making videos that support you. Because it takes time and money for me to get down and do these things. So if you can, break it down for your boy. All right, hit me up, super chat, super sticker, or become a member of my channel. So I want to say hello to a few of the beautiful people who have decided to join me this wonderful Wednesday. My girl Sue, Video Moments Production. Sue is in the building. It's Sue from San Diego, Cali. Looking forward to another great show tonight. I love the tutorial about the box title zoom out and how to use the blend modes with it. Thanks. You're very welcome, Sue. I know you are always checking out my content. Hit me up. It means a lot. So thank you for, watching my content, being a subscriber, and showing me love. Appreciate you, Sue. All right, Zoltrix67 is back in the building. Says, I'm still waiting patiently, LOL. I love these shows and his videos. None of that AI-generated voice rubbish. Top, man. I'm at the top, baby. Zoltrix67 letting them know, okay? I appreciate you, Zoltrix. I'm going to start calling you ZT67, just because I'm just going to give you a name. ZT67 in the building. Appreciate you, homie. All right. My girl, Heather. Come on, Heather. I'm early. Yay. Time for another awesome PowerDirector Live. That's right. Another one. Okay. And Heather, so happy that you have become a regular in these live stream things, because, hey, I need all the support I can get, girl. I'm just trying to let you know things ain't what they used to be. Okay. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I will break that down to you here. So we got Experience This 360 Travel, says Le Profesor. That's right. It is I. That's right. What's going on, Experience? Heather said, I already hit the like button. Too. I'm ready. Yes, you are, girl. Appreciate that like. All right. If you ain't hit it, hit that like button. Hit me up. All right. Ruben O. West says, how do I put title slide in front of a slideshow? So if I were you, my friend, what I would do is create the slideshow. Once you're done creating the slideshow, it's going to add it to the timeline, right? All you got to do then is take whatever you want, whatever image you want to use as a title slide, and just drag that to the front and make sure that you pick insert and move all clips, and it'll insert that in front of all the other clips and move all the other clips to the right so your slideshow will stay intact. All right? Do what I tells you. Do what I tells you, and you'll be okay. All right? Cranking and yanking What's up, cranking and yanking? He says, hi, folks. Your name makes me smile, and you already know it. I ain't gonna go there, but your name makes me smile. All right. Sesim says, good day, buddy. Down under. Love the channel, mate. What's the best way to set multiple clip sound sources along the timeline to the same level? Well, the easiest way to do that is to go ahead and use the normalize function. So if you have multiple sound clips on a timeline, you can go ahead and hold down your control key and left click each one of those clips. And when you do, if you right click, you'll have an option to normalize the video, right? So you can watch my normalize tutorial. Let me bring that up for your viewing pleasure. Alrighty then. See what we got here. I'm gonna change the screen here. This tutorial right here called Normalize Audio. Check that out. It will normalize your audio and make them all the same level. Check that out. It'll get you right where you want to be, homie. MB, what's going on, MB? MB says, hey, everyone. What's up, MB? Appreciate you for stopping through and doing your regular thing by watching me. Make sure you hit that like button, MB. If you late, you better hit that like button. All right? Experience says, if I record a voiceover or insert audio, I get clicks and pops. If I splice the sound up, why is this happening and how can I either avoid that or clean it up? Well. The dreaded pop sound audio thingy majiggy. All right. So first and foremost, I just think that let me coordinate. I need to coordinate. Coordinating. So I think it's just a bug that PowerDirector, for some reason, Cyberlink ain't dealing with it. I don't know why. It's been like that for multiple versions. I don't know why it happens. Probably a question that should be asked at the PowerDirector forum. Maybe if you ask and you figure that out, you can get back to me, or maybe I'll ask it one day. I don't know. But it's a bug that has been there forever, as far as I know. The way that I deal with it is I just use audio fades whenever I go ahead and do a split. If the audio pops, when the two clips come together, if the audio pops right there, then I'll make a very minute fade. Like, it's just a few frames, so small that, you know, you can't even can't notice it if you're listening to the audio, but the pop goes away because the pop is that quick. So if you do it like a few frames at the end, you'll be good. Now, if you don't know, I just made a video on 3 ways to fade audio. And there's 3 simple ways to do it. One is with the transition. Another one is using the audio editor. And then the other one is right there on the timeline. Any one of those 3 work. Whichever way you prefer, use it. But check out this video, 3 ways to fade audio in and out. And then just make like your fade like just a few frames, and it'll get rid of that popping sound. That's what I do. All right, Mo's Game Table says, evening, everyone. What's up, Mo? Been missing you, bro. Where you been? Come on, Mo. You've been absent for the last few weeks, my brother. I was absent 1 week, too, so I need to shut up, stop complaining. But thank you for coming in, Mo. Hit the like button, Mo. Make sure you let everybody know you like this content. Ruben O. West, you're welcome, my friend. All right. Experience says also, what 3 NES games are behind you? It's more than 3, but you could probably just see 3. The 3 that you can see, Track and Field 2, Kung Fu, and Blades of Steel. All right? Those were bangers back in the day. If you don't know, you need to ask somebody. Those were some dope games back in the day. Seth Sim says, cheers, mate. Appreciate it. You're welcome, my friend. Mo's Game Table says, normalize your audio. Don't forget this step. It is a very important step in the editing process. Like if you got audio from different sources and volumes all over the place, you gotta normalize your audio. Mo also says, to remove that pop sound, I've cut and blended two pieces together to remove it or cut it out entirely. Mr. Smooth Prod 10 said, what up, everyone? Malik, it's been a minute. Yes, it has been a minute, Smooth. Look, since it's been a minute, you better hit that like button, all right? Smash it, all right? Click it, hit it, whatever. So, you know, make up for all the time we've missed. Like it, all right? My girl Sue says, do you have a special link listing all your tutorials only? A link with all my tutorials only? Kinda, sorta. I mean, like, it's not like a link. Like, so it's a playlist. Like, you can like watch over like back to back videos of mine. It's pretty simple to do. There's a few different ways you can go about doing it. I used to have like a, let me see if I still got this, if it's still up and running. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's not up. It's not up. Let's see. Here, let's see. View all uploads. Yeah, so it's not doing it. So I used to be a playlist, a link that used to have all these uploads. I need to fix this. So excuse me for my tardiness in fixing my website. But I don't have a playlist that plays them all. But if you want to see all of my videos, let's see here. You can go to my channel, and if you go to my channel and just click videos, it will show all of my videos in upload order. So you've got the latest videos. We'll show them all here. If you keep scrolling down, it'll just keep generating more and more and more videos as you keep scrolling. So if you like bored one day, you just like, I just want to see every single video Malik ever made, then you can come here and you can actually just keep scrolling to your heart's content. Like you go all the way till you get to version PowerDirector 8. Look, I'm going all the way back 13, 11. Look, PowerDirector 8. So basically you got all of that. Now, if you don't want to go through all of that and you're like, hey, I want to see specific types of videos, you can go hit a playlist. And if you go to playlist, I have different playlists, many playlists of different types. So we have like live streams, all the live streams here, 360 videos, time displays, mask effects, mega movie effects, time-saving tips, screen recording. I got all types of stuff. I mean, basically, if you just keep looking at all the different titles, there's all types of different tutorials, and I have them all broken down into playlists. You want to see my editing workflow? Boom, you got this one. You want to see, like, fixing problems? I got a playlist full of them, 19 videos that address certain problems. So you got a bunch of different videos you can check out, Sue, if you go to playlist. So it's that information there. It's pretty easy to find. So you can go to video, go to my channel, go to the videos tab if you just want to go through all of them. If you want to try to break it down into specific categories that I have created, then you can go to playlist and you can go ahead and browse different playlists and check out all the different things that I have for them. Hope that helps you, Sue. Hope that helps you. So Heather says, I don't want the watermark on my videos when I produce them, but I can't afford to upgrade my PowerDirector. Any advice as to what I should do about it? So, Heather, I'm just going to tell you, don't say that no more. Because these other people that all paid for it going to be mad. So that's the first thing. Okay. Second thing, if you like the program, save up some money, pay for it. Okay. You don't have to get a subscription. Like, you don't have to pay monthly. If you're like, I can't afford to pay monthly or whatever for whatever reason, you don't have to. You can actually buy the full license of the program, save up to buy the full license of the program without the watermark. I would never, ever tell anyone to a way to get it without the watermark, because I feel personally that that is actually theft in my mind. No, not trying to disrespect you in any way, but it's given to you with the watermark to make you buy it. The watermark version is a version that's free because they want you to try it out, and if you like it, then buy it. Right? That's why I have the watermark on it, because they want you to buy it to remove the watermark. So if you go around that process, to me, that's stealing, because they didn't mean to give it to you like that. So don't go that route, Heather. If you're going to do anything, my friend, save up some money so that you can buy it outright. Or if you can afford to do, save up some money every month to go ahead and do the subscription, then do that. But all of that trying to circumvent the system and remove the watermark, that's not cool. Don't go that route. Mo said, I've been away a few weeks, but I'm back tonight, brother. Like button already hit as always. That's what I'm talking about, Mo. You know how to do it. Cranking and Yankee said, we need Mo. We just need Mo. We need Momo. Okay? I like that. ZT67 trying to teach you how to get rid of watermarks, but I don't think it's not a way to do it, my brother. It automatically does that. It's not on a track, unless it's a hidden track that I don't know about. But don't be trying to help these people with their watermark stuff, breaking stuff. Don't do it. Mr. Smooth said, does multicam editor work with only 2 cameras? Works with 4. So you look at it. Let's see what I got here. Let's see what I got here. I just got all kind of stuff going on, man. Plugins. So if I go to Multicam Designer, in my plugin, you see 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 cameras that it has. All right. Click on the plus sign. You go import the data. So it's going to be 4 clips, whatever you want to call it, cameras. So if you've taken like 4 cameras or taken video with 4 cameras that you want to use to switch between angles, this will do that for you. All right. Oh, Mr. Smooth said there should be a love button for you. That's right, Mr. Smooth. Don't forget it. Uh-oh. Somebody asked me, come on now. Needia Media. I Needia Media. Said, can you do a tutorial on how to produce videos at 60 instead of uploading? Because when I try to upload it from PowerDirector, it's invalid request, or do you maybe have a solution to that? So, first and foremost, don't use PowerDirector to upload directly to YouTube. If you do, stop it. I don't do that for 2 reasons. First reason is it jacks up sometimes. Sometimes it don't work right. It could work right for years, but then all of a sudden one day it stopped working. Stop using it. It's not worth it to me. It's too flaky. Now, second reason why is because you get more control of your options when you upload manually to YouTube. So what I do is I will produce or export. Now the button has changed to export. If you haven't seen that, if you got the new version of 365 up here, it used to say produce. Now it says export up there. So when you do that, pick your own settings. Pick, have a 60 frames per second produce setting that you want to go to. If it's a default one, if you want to create your own, whatever, produce it to 60 frames per second. And when you pick your save location, pick your desktop or a folder on your machine that you want to save it to. Then go to YouTube and then just pick the file from your desktop or from your folder that you put it in, and it will be a 60 frames per second upload, because that is the native frames per second that you created with that video. So that's what I would do. I wouldn't even, that's my solution. That's how I upload all my videos. I never use the online option. I always create it on my drive, and then I upload it to YouTube manually. I go to youtube.com, go to the Creator Studio, and I upload it from there. And when I say it gives me more control, I get to pick all the options. I get to pick my thumbnail right there. I get to go ahead and, if I want to put tags in, I can put them in. I get to do my my full description. You can do the description in PowerDirector too, but I can do all of my my end screen. I can do my cards. I can do my subtitles. I can do everything right then and there, and I don't have to do all this extra stuff and back and forth. So that's how I do, and that's what I recommend you do. Media. Mo's Game Table said all the playlists from Malik's channel. That's right. I got playlists for you. Playlists for days, baby. You can't get enough of my playlists. They crazy. Geezer to Tech. What's up, Geezer? Says, Malik, what is the best way to combine two finished videos end to end? So if you're trying to combine projects, then you need to go ahead and use the nested project feature. So nested projects, you can go ahead and add as many projects together as you want. So if you have one project, you want to add another project, blah, 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 you can do all of that. Pretty simple to do. I have a tutorial on that as well. So if you want to know, it says here how to combine projects. That's what you won't do. I'll show you how to do it. So you can go ahead and bring them up here on the screen, because I didn't bring them on the screen for you. There it is. How to combine projects using nested projects. Look that up. You'll be good. You'll be combining projects in no time. So if you want to add projects back to back, this is the way to do it, my friend. So that's a good one for the geezers. Experience says, thanks so much. Makes the pass. Makes the pass. Makes the pass. Heather said, okay, sorry about the question. Don't be sorry, Heather. It's okay. I didn't want to make you feel bad or anything. I know a lot of people, look, I'm going to tell you like this. A lot of people do that. A lot of people like watch videos on YouTube on how to remove watermarks, whatever. A lot of people do that. I don't. It's just not something I do, and I don't recommend doing it. I mean, if you like something and it's worth it, then pay for it if you can, right? Let's see. ZT67 said, yeah, he bought it and he didn't get the subscription. Yeah, you can do that. Just buy the license. That's a good analogy by cranking and yanking. He says bypassing a watermark is like taking candy from a baby. You get the candy, but the baby is not happy. Yeah. And I know, yeah, PowerDirector, like, some people look at it, well, they make millions of dollars in their company. And yeah, but they're giving you something for the money that they're asking you for. If you don't think the value is there, then you can always get something else. And there's a bunch of free stuff out there, Heather. I mean, if you're willing to learn something new and you want to use something for free, a lot of people use DaVinci Resolve. It's free. They have a paid version too, but it's free, and it doesn't have a watermark, so you can use that all you want. But you have to be willing to learn something new, and the learning curve's a lot bigger. But I've used Resolve. As a matter of fact, I still use Resolve if I do color correction sometimes because I like the tools that they have for color correction. I also use PowerDirector, but sometimes I just want to have more capabilities with my color correction tools, and in those cases, I use the Resolve. And usually, those are cases when I've extremely messed up something, right? So if my color is off or something like that, I might try to do it in PowerDirector and be like, let me jump over here to Resolve. It doesn't happen that often because usually I know what the heck I'm doing because I know how to shoot. So usually I'm okay, but I have used it. Rel C says, I use Audio Sync. What's up, Rel? Good to see you, my brother. Thank you for joining us. Mo said, upload manually, set up your title, tags, monetize options, thumbnail, cards. That's what I'm saying. It's just many more tools that you use. Like, I don't even see the reason of doing it like through PowerDirector. I just don't. This isn't this irony. Behind the 8 Ball said that he was late. Yeah, I guess you was behind the 8 Ball. That's why you late, my brother. Okay. That's another one of them dad jokes for you. Oh my goodness. Shaking leg. Shaking leg. Shaking leg says, oh, nesting always confused me. I'm going to watch that tutorial. Awesome. It is a good tutorial, if I may say so myself. Let's see. Rel C said, what's the best way to remember what speed percentage to use for slow motion effects? Shooting at 24, 60, la la la, yada yada yada. I don't know if there's like a best way to remember. Like if there's like a little, acronym or just some thingamajigger. I just always, calculate it myself. And that way I go ahead and know what to do right then in a moment. Like, I guess like 40%. There's no thing to put it out there for that. But I just always calculate it, man. Come on like that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can check out this tutorial. Speed ramping kind of talks through how to calculate how to get smooth, slow motion, and what the calculation is based on the frame rate that you're shooting, and the based on the frame rate that you're shooting, what percentage you should go ahead and use to slow your video down and still be smooth. So check out that video if you want to know more about that and what Rel C is talking about. Behind the 8 Ball says, can I use Echo with AI voice? I don't know, my friend. Can you? I have no idea. Let's see. I'm looking on here. I don't really see any options for that here. So I guess it probably can't. Like, don't know off the top of my head. Like, if you're talking about AI voice, first of all, I need to know what you're talking about. Like, are you talking about PC version? Are you talking about Android? Are you talking about iOS? Like, which platform or operating system are you using? That's the first question I have. They really can't answer without knowing that. But I know for PC, doesn't look like the options available for PC because I'm looking at my PC right now. I don't see it. So Smooth said I have 365, but when I did an event with 2 cameras, it didn't sync and I had to do it manually. Any suggestions? So you use multicam and it didn't sync? Like that? Not sure why it wouldn't sync. I mean, if you're shooting with 2 cameras, you should have like the audio, even if it's scratch audio, right? It should still be the same as on both sources because you're recording the same thing. So it should sync automatically based on the fact that you've got audio on both of those. Now, if you didn't have audio on both of them, I can see why they didn't sync. Or if it was some type of error with the system or whatever, that might be the case. But the only other thing that you can do is if it didn't sync in there is that I would just bring them into the timeline instead of using multicam. And then after that, you're just going to have to manually sync them by stretching out your timeline, making the timeline as long as possible so that you can see each frame individually. And then you can use your arrows, or you can use the mouse and just drag over the clip until the waveforms match and the sound matches. That would be the only other option. If it's not syncing with the multicam, or if it's not syncing with the audio sync that you can do from the timeline. Geezer said he looked at that video for a minute. It seemed to be for an older version of PowerDirector. That's the great thing about this PowerDirector. Basically, no matter what version it is, you can still watch any of my tutorials and you can follow it and get it done. Now, could it be that maybe the button location might have moved, especially with the last update they did? Instead of having tools, you would have to go to edit and then go find the tool. So it's still going to be there. The tool is still there. It just may be that you need to navigate a little bit differently to get to what you need to use because of the movement of buttons and things. But Geezer, believe if you watch that, it will tell you how to do it. You might have to just figure out where the button is, where it was moved to. But that's about it. Heather said, in an opening credits video I made, the audio and videos don't sync. Can you help me fix this? So, once again, what platform are you using? PC, iOS, Android, I don't know. But the big question about audio not being in sync. So when you say the audio and video don't sync, what that usually tells me is that you probably are using some type of variable rate, frame rate video instead of constant frame rate video. So the two differences are this. When you record with things like OBS or things like an iPhone or some action cameras, a lot of those things record to a variable frame rate. The reason why is because the variable frame rate allows them to change the data or the amount of storage that it takes up because it's variable. So it makes smaller file sizes because it's a variable frame rate, basically. Constant frame rate, if you're always at 24 frames per second, then the file is going to be bigger. So if you have a variable frame rate, it might go down, but it'll never go up past 24, but it could go down below it with variable frame rate. So smaller files. So what happens with that is when you have a variable frame rate video and you bring it into PowerDirector don't really like variable frame rates. It likes to play with constant frame rates. So what happens is over time, because PowerDirector is making the video a constant frame rate, the audio begins to go out of sync because it can't keep up with the new constant frame rate because the audio was variable and it's going to stay variable. So over time, what happens is the audio starts to drift. So it'll be in sync at the beginning, but the further along you get in the video, it starts to drift. So that usually happens with variable frame rate video. So what you could do is you can change that variable frame rate video to a constant frame rate video using a program called Handbrake. So let me look this up real quick for ya. So this video right here, how to fix out of sync audio and video. Check this out. I made it 7 years ago, but basically it's the same. Some of Handbrake's things changed a little bit. But for the most part, you can watch this video and you can go ahead and get your stuff back in sync. So behind the 8-ball said, can I use videos I produce with PowerDirector in my retail store on a big screen legally without any subscription? Yeah. You should be able to. So if you make a video like that with PowerDirector, most of the things you can utilize and put in your store. You can put wherever you want to. So I don't know if this is the most recent one. Let me see if I can find the most recent. And I can't read this whole thing to you. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna see if we can pull this up. It's 2020. PowerDirector 20. And it's one version old, but let me see if I can find the current one. That's PowerDirector 19, 17. Everything but the current one. But anyway, if you look up end user license agreement PowerDirector, let me try PowerDirector 21. Maybe that'll bring it up. There we go. So end user license agreement for PowerDirector 21 and 365. So if you read through this, you got some time on your hand. They'll tell you exactly what you can and can't use it for. Now, keep in mind, you have to read, like really, really read to be specific about what you're reading, because some of the things on here, they're different sections. So you might read something that says you can't use it commercially, blah, blah, blah. But it might be for a specific section, right? So make sure that you're not reading things out of context. If you don't feel comfortable like going on your own and reading this and determining what you can and can't do with the product, you might want to ask a lawyer. Hopefully you got a lawyer friend who can tell you. Maybe you want to pay for a lawyer. That's up to you. If you got a business, then you might have a lawyer already that can review this and tell you. But my understanding is that you can use it. Basically, let me see. Content licensed by Shutterstock. Use of content licensed by Getty. Limited warranty. So warranty, we're at the end. So codec activation. So anything in this section is about codec, right? Privacy policy. I'm not worried about that. Related services. This has nothing to do with what you're asking. Software license and limited warranty. Nothing to do with that. Grant of license and usage restrictions. This is probably what you want to know about. Below are the general license terms and usage restrictions. Yada, yada, yada. Read this section here. It'll probably give you a breakdown. And then it gives you the license types. So based on what your license is, you got a subscription, you got an individual license. Then it breaks down some things specifically for that type of license. And then that's basically it. I mean, none of these other things really have anything to do with what you're talking about. So I would probably read through this section and the license types, and this might tell you what you're looking for. Don McSweeney says, Malik, love your work, man. I see the Giants helmet behind you. Are you from NY? Yes, I am. That is where I was born and raised. But I've been in Texas for a very long time. So Texas is my home. But I got a lot of family in New York. I go back and visit them all the time. We just went in July, me and my wife. And we had a great time with my family and stuff. So, yeah. Giants. Knicks played. I don't even know. Did the Knicks win? Did they make it? Look, because, you know, the Knicks are my team. So we're going to find out together. Okay. I know y'all might not be into sports like I am. But I want to know if we won. Yes. On to the conference semifinals, my friends. Yay! We did it. I am very happy about that. I'm gonna go rub this in some people's faces later. All right, that's how I do. All right. Yeah. So I see behind the 8 ball says he has PC, and so the answer is no. AI voice with echo. So there's that, my friend. Heather said, I meant the audio and titles don't sync. So if your audio and titles don't fix it, you just need to adjust them. Move the items on your screen so that they sync up how you want them to. Because obviously the titles, there's different ways that you can, like, if your titles are animated, there's different things you can do. So if you have an animated title, then within the title designer, you can change the speed of the animation. Basically, in a title, let me just show this to you real quick. Let's see. So let's say I have a title here. And you open up the title designer, right? So you add an animation. Doesn't really matter which one. All right, so now I have an animation. So if I play this, we can see the speed of the animation is like this. And then it's going to have a speed of the animation at the end. If I want to change the speed of that animation, I can make it slower by dragging it out this way. So now it's going to take longer for the beginning animation to do its thing. I can actually make the beginning animation go all the way to the end or close to it if I want to. Right? So I can make it really, really slow. So you can play with these bars here and change the speed of your animation. Let me go back here. If you want to make the animation faster, move it this way. Like, make it the bar closer to the beginning or the end, and it will make the animation faster. So you can play around with that to change the speed of your animation. Now, you can also change, let's see. You can also change the duration of the text, but you have less control over it that way. At least if you do it within a title designer, you can play it and you can hear your audio when you're making these changes. And you should be able to kind of line it up how you want it. So that would be a way that I would try to go about doing it, unless it's some other issue that you're having. Geezer says, when I speed up a section of a video, say 3 times normal speed, I always have to do the video and audio tracks separately. Is there a way to do it with the audio and video linked? No, there is not that I'm aware of. If you want to change the speed of the audio or pitch and speed, then you have to do them separate. Crank the Yankee says, what's the difference between SVRT and NVIDIA hardware encoder option? Is one better than the other? So SVRT uses hardware encoding. So that's the first thing. If you're going to use SVRT, it's automatically going to use it. So don't worry about that piece of it. SVRT is just the name that PowerDirector gave for like a way to go ahead and determine what is the quickest way to produce your video without having to produce everything. So what that means is it's only going to look for things that need to be rendered. Like if you put a title, like if you look at this timeline here, right? If I'm producing, it's what first thing that is going to do is the profile analyzer is going to tell you, hey, what's the best profile to use for this project that I have? And it might say, because your native video is 24 frames per second and it's 38, it's 4K, then it might say, hey, you should use a MP4 24 frames per second 4K resolution when you produce this. It's like, great, okay. So what that means is, because it's trying to use the format that I have for my videos, or closest one that I have for my videos, it's not going to render any of the video files, right? What it will render in SVRT is anything that has like an overlay or an effect added to it, or subtitles. So basically, if I had SVRT on, it would say, I'm not going to render any of these. It would render this because it's a speed change, right? It would render this because it's a speed change, and so on and so forth. And also, when it got to this section, it would render this and this because it has an overlay over it, right? So anything like this one, it wouldn't render it. It would just skip it and say, I'm going to keep going. Look for the next thing that has an effect or a speed change or an overlay, and I'm going to render that. So because SVRT does not render all of the video, it's faster. But SVRT uses hardware acceleration. It uses your encoder and all of that to get it done. So the difference is SVRT leaves the native files alone and only renders what it needs to render to make the video. That's the difference. Now, you know that you asked me a question that I have already provided an answer for. And I'm going to show you if you want to watch it. Because, hey, I might have explained it a little bit better in this video. There's a bunch of videos on here about SVRT, Cyberlink channel, my man Sharper Turtle in the building. So I got this one here, the right settings for fast video rendering, PowerDirector, and I go through, I talk about hardware acceleration, I talk about SVRT, I talk about all of that in this video. And then also, for those of you who've tried to use fast video rendering and couldn't use it for some reason, like if it's grayed out, I also have this video here, fix fast video rendering technology. So if you tried to use fast video rendering, SVRT, and it was grayed out, this shows you how to fix that. So there you is. Tennis Sir says PowerDirector is currently $59 for an annual subscription. From your experience, can the subscription price change after the year? Do they disable the software after it expires? So, From my experience, I don't know, because I don't, like, I already have the subscription. I haven't really looked for price changes and stuff like that. I just renew it. It just automatically renews for me. Maybe I'm just dumb because I just let it renew like that. I don't know. So from experience, I don't know. Now, can they change the price? Yeah, I think that they probably have changed the price before. Like if they're doing deals or during holidays or Black Friday, so the price can change. I can't say that the price is never going to change. Now, what I can say is if they change the price, for the most part, my understanding is they'll change it for like if you do like an annual like subscription, right? I haven't seen if they'll change like the monthly price, but that could be the case too. Now, your other question, do they disable the software after it expires? So the software, I don't know what your definition of disabled is, but you have to sign in and be online to establish a connection so that they can tell that you have an active subscription. So there's that. So do you always have to be online to use it? No. Have some people said that they always had to be online? Yeah, some people have said that. And then there's others who have said they were able to use it offline. But at the end of the day, if your definition of disable is that you can't use it without signing in to show that you have a subscription, then yeah, it's disabled. Heather had to bounce, so she said bye. Goodbye, Heather. If you watch the replay, see you later. Mo said, nice. You're in Texas too, Malik. All cool kids are here. That's right. As far as I know, I'm here. So, must be something in the water. Oh, Pollyanna's World. Pollyanna's World said, almost made it. Hi, everyone. We'll catch up on the archive. Hey, we'll see you later, Pollyanna. EC to fix. What's up? You late, bruh. You're real late. Using PD365, I get a lot of stuff falling out of sync. It's kind of ridiculous. I end up saving, shutting it down. Rebooting the computer is like a fresh start. Well, EC to fix, I will say this. My experience, and from what I've seen at all the different places that I've gone to, whether it be the PowerDirector forum, PowerDirector users group on Facebook, whatever the case may be, the main culprit is usually, not always, usually it has something to do with your machine. I mean, the program is the same for everyone. It's not like they're giving Malik a different version that they're giving to Pollyanna, and they're giving a different version to EC to fix. Everybody's getting the same program. Same everything. So the usual suspect or culprit is usually the machine that has the program on it. Not trying to talk bad about your machine, because I don't know what specs you got and I don't know what you do. You may come back and say, I got 10 terabyte SSD and I got 5,000 megabytes of RAM and gigabytes of RAM and I got yada, yada, yada. I don't know what you're going to say. But it doesn't mean that something else ain't wrong. It doesn't mean that your registry ain't jacked up. It doesn't mean that there's not another error on your machine. But I have always found, when this is the case, that is usually an issue with the machine that the program is on. Because like I said, everybody has the same program that you have. It's not like we all have different versions, and we all have different experiences with the program based on our own machines. Just don't shoot the messenger, bruh. All right. It's Keith, my man. Keith is in the building. What's up, Keith? Keith is always watching all of my content. Okay? Thank you, Keith. Thank you so much for always having my back and watching all of my jewels on YouTube. You the man. All right. Tennis Sir said, are there any situations where 32 gigabytes or more RAM will make a big difference? have you edited 8K? So, I have not edited 8K. Never did it in my life. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM on my machine, and I think everything runs smooth as butter. Have I ever had like a crash in a program? Yeah, I have. I would blame myself on that. Using too much stuff at the same time, whatever. But for the most part, it runs smooth as butter, and using multiple programs and all type of stuff like that. I know people like my head moderator in charge has 64 gigabytes of RAM on his machine. I will say this: the more RAM, the better video card with more terabytes, gigabytes, terabytes of GPU, better off you're gonna be. Those two things to me are the biggest things that you could do. Some people say SSD. I think an SSD is good. I don't think it makes as much of a difference, in my opinion, as how much RAM you have and your GPU. If you got those two things like amped up like crazy, your experience will be a lot better. Unless, like I said to EC to fix it, if there's something else going on your machine. So, all right, guys. So, I did not get to all of the questions tonight, but I will say this. I got 4 minutes left. So I got to close this sucker out because I ain't trying to get in trouble with my wife. Like I said, I got to do this till 9, and that's all the time that I get to give to you guys, unfortunately. But happy wife. You know the rest. So thank you guys for all joining me tonight. It has been a fun time. I really appreciate you guys. If you can, please hit that like button before you bounce, before you get out of here. If you haven't, smash the like button. It lets people know, lets YouTube know that this content is good and that people enjoy it. So please hit that like button. Second, if at all you have the possibility, the capability, the fundage to support your boy, hit me up with a super chat or a super sticker. It helps me continue to make content that helps you. So if you want more help from me, please help support your boy. I love the fact that you guys watch my content. If you're a member of my channel, I truly thank you for doing that. And if you can, hit me up with a super chat or a super sticker for support. All right? Now, I will be back next Wednesday, stronger than ever. Okay? I'm going to bring all the fire. Bringing all the fire with me next week. Next week, I think I'm going to talk a little bit about my channel and its progression. You know, I think there's a few things going on with the channel, going on with my channel per se, that putting me in a place where I feel I could be doing better, but I think things are slowing down a bit. I'm going to talk to you about that next week. Hopefully get your support to help me ramp things up. All right? So, thank you guys. Good night, and I will see you next week.